Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Zane.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
From the bye week.
The inadvertent mid-season bye week.
Everybody gets one.
Yes, and this was ours, and we are back. I am Chris Zane.
And I'm Chad Lee. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thank you for...
Or am I Luigi?
Oh, by all means.
Yeah,
he is Luigi.
that's what I should have said.
It's me, Mario. But yeah, so...
Awesome costumes.
Yeah, no, we got costumes. It is... pretty much Halloween.
Yep.
We're like 2 days away, but
it's the Halloween episode. It'll be coming out the day before Halloween, so
yeah. So
perfect.
We're here.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
You guys got any plans for Halloween?
All Hallows Eve? No. Actually, we do have plans. I lied. I just almost lied to you. Bold-faced lie. Bald-faced lie. We've talked about that one before as well. I'm still not entirely sure on that one. We are going to Meryl's friend Kurt. One of the Magic Makers Market folks, and we are going to be doing a little Halloween thing there. I guess they got like a whole haunted house set up.
Oh, sweet. That'll be cool.
They're going all crazy.
Nice. On Thursday night on the Halloween night?
On All Hallows Eve.
Perfect. That'll be fun. There was a guy that went to Don's with the Jigsaw mask on, sat there the whole time with it on. It was
cool.
so creepy, man.
Yeah. Oh, I saw him in the picture.
Yep. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. Kept it on the entire time. I don't even know how he drinks drink, but it was super creepy.
I like it. What about you guys?
We're going to be doing the trick-or-treaters. We're going to be passing out the candy, and we got full-size candy bars.
Dude, you're going to be the full-size candy bar house?
We got a whole plan for it. So we got to open up the garage door, get the dogs out there. Little man's got a pig costume that he's going to get into.
Dang.
Oh,
I just realized the lights weren't on. The bye week has thrown us for a loop, guys. We have no lights. The reason we had a bye week, we had a little bit of issues. Oh my good lord, we are bright. The cameras even had to adjust for a second.
Now they'll be able to see all of our blemishes.
Yes,
there we go.
But yeah, we had a little audio issue, and it was becoming to the point it was annoying us to where we couldn't even do the show.
Well, hats off to Chris for figuring it out, and
we're almost there.
We got some new equipment.
Helped. We're working our way through it. We're going to keep upgrading. Going to do new stuff throughout the coming weeks, so looking forward to all that jazz. Real quick, before we get into our weekends, because we don't have a guest this week, it's just us.
Yeah.
Just the two
of us.
Just the two of
we
us.
Can make it through
Mario and Luigi.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's just us this week, just the two of us, and we are going to bring you a whole heaping bunch of sports stuff. But before we get to our weekends, let us get into this day in sports.
Hit it.
I don't have a thing for it. This day in sports. Anyways, on this date in sports, 2018, Mr. Klay Thompson breaks the NBA record previously held by his teammate, Mr. Stephon Curry, if you will, for most three-pointers in a game with 14 in the Warriors' 149-124 win over the Bulls in Chicago.
Pretty cool too, because in his debut with the Mavs, he had 22 points. So
I saw that. I think. Yeah. What do you have? 6 threes?
I didn't see how many.
Good amount of threes.
But that's a good start for him in the new team.
Yeah. No. And I'm still jealous because we're looking at our team like, what is going on?
Oh, I know. Very frustrated.
But yeah, tip of the cap to him. He's on to bigger and better things. While the Golden State Warriors are floundering a little bit as they have now lost Steph Curry for at least a few
Several
games.
Weeks, they say, yeah.
With the old ankle injury that he can never quite get over. So that's always been his big bugaboo is the ankles. So, but yes, in this day.
Hits all those threes. We all remember that day where he passed his teammate. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I still remember when Meryl bought me tickets for my birthday to go to the Golden State Nuggets game, and I think they scored like 60 in the first quarter or something.
They put like a record up.
Yeah,
they just
it was
couldn't
pretty
miss.
exciting.
Yeah.
I liked it, and to the point where I was like, we're not even leaving. We're just going to watch as this barrage of threes rains down on the Nuggets.
You just got to respect it at some point.
He's good. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
But, so that is this day in sports. Let us get into our weekends.
How was it, sir?
Weeks. Our weeks.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
Yeah, well, you did come over. We have addressed a few things, and I'd say over the last weekend, it was pretty freaking incredible. I got to show my mom.
Your mamacita was here.
Got the moms out here, and we just had a blast the whole weekend. We went to State House after we picked her up from the airport. Had a lot of good drinks and good food there. I did the Nashville style for the wings.
Ooh.
That's the only way I'm doing it from now on. Their Nashville sauce is delectable.
I'm telling you, dude, you got to go do that one down in Denver.
With all the different Nashville spots.
Yeah, you got to try that one. But yeah, that's good. I liked it. But you have the wings, huh?
I like the style. Yeah.
Good.
Did that. Then they had all these Halloween drinks, which was kind of fun.
I saw the one with the eyeball. Yeah. Looked like a martini.
I never would order anything like that, but I'm like, screw it. I was already like 3 margs in. I was like, let's just have some fun.
No, dude, every once in a while, you got to, as my dad calls them, foo-foo drinks. You got to have a foo-foo drink.
That's a good way to do it.
He bought me my car. These aren't foo-foo drinks, actually. I'm drinking IPAs today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shifting the gears a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I was getting a little tired of the foo-foo drinks, as my father says.
I like his word for it.
Yeah, he bought me some Mike's Harders the other weekend when I came over, and he's like, I got you some of your foo-foo drinks out in the garage. I was like, thanks, Dad. Yeah. Like, you couldn't handle those foo-foo drinks. They got too much booze in them.
Yeah, they come at you fast.
Yeah, they do.
They go 40 ounces.
But anyway, so yeah, your mom was here. You guys.
Yeah, so we did a lot of drinking over the weekend. Yeah. So that's why I'm taking tonight off.
Water guy.
I'm going to wait till Thursday night for Halloween, and then I'll dip back into it. But, Saturday, we took her up to Boulder. We did a little hike. That was a really good time, just being able to show her some mountains. It was a great time for it. All the leaves are changing. Looks beautiful out there.
Beautiful.
It was game day. They were playing Cincinnati that night, so I took her through Pearl Street, and it was just like madness the whole way.
Absolute madness.
It was pretty cool. Then, on Sunday, took her to Don's and got to watch the Chiefs beat the Raiders at Don's.
Yeah, which, I mean, they should have.
Yeah.
We all know that. But,
I know. The final score doesn't really do what the game was.
I have a feeling that, like, in the third quarter, they took the whole foot off the gas a little bit.
Yeah, more so like the fourth quarter. Antonio Pierce, man, he is really making a lot of dumb mistakes.
I heard he had some terrible clock management stuff.
He called all 3 timeouts with probably like 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. And
what do you need him for? You can't take him home, Chad.
His old linebacker, when he beat Tom Brady, was like, all right, you know what? I'll give you a little gentleman's touchdown. They just let him go down there and score. It was like I'm watching a team just turn shoulder like that. And then after that, he didn't have any timeouts to stop the clock, so they just
that was it.
Out. Yep.
And there was the end of it.
But, yeah, that was a great time. Everybody loved seeing my mom there. She got to see how wild it was. We had lots of drinks. We ordered Cosmos like we always do. Yeah.
You are the Cosmo type.
Yeah, dude, Cosmos is delicious. Well, Benny Blanco's closed down there, 13th, so that's one of the only good spots for pizza there.
That's true. Son of... Oh, you got Cosmos Pizza. For some reason, I thought you meant we ordered Cosmos, like Cosmopolitans. And then I was about to ask you who you were on Sex and the City.
I know. I was like,
I'm more of a Miranda.
No, we didn't order Cosmo magazines. I don't know where your head's at.
No, Cosmopolitan drinks, dude.
No.
Come on, man. Yeah, well, that's good. Cosmos is good pizza. You know?
It was awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of people at Don's that do that throughout the time. So you just see like these huge pizzas walking over. It's like, watch out. Yeah.
Full sizers.
Yep.
That's cool, man. You watch any cool... Well, you probably had your mom. Did you really watch any scary movies or anything?
Yeah, she doesn't. She likes Halloween movies, but she doesn't like really scary stuff. We did watch that Hubie Halloween. She had never seen that. So.
I haven't seen it. Is it good?
Oh, it's hilarious. Yeah, great. Okay. It really is pretty cool because he's tying in a lot of his other like characters.
It's like his multiverse.
It's his the Adam Sandler verse. So, yeah. There's a lot of that comes through. So yeah, pretty much that. We watched I got to show my mom Dr. Phil.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny. She laughed her ass off.
That's funny. Yeah, cool. I saw that he's actually going to do a show with Dr. Phil.
Yeah, he actually signed on Netflix. That was pretty cool.
That's going to be pretty wild.
November, I think. Yep.
He's on the up and up. Tony Hinchcliffe, not so much. Took a little bit of a hit.
How's that?
Oh, you didn't see him at the Trump rally?
Yeah, I saw him like making all those jokes and stuff.
Oh yeah, it didn't work out well. Yeah. Trump's like distancing himself from him.
Oh wow!
Like we don't condone anything that he said because he called like Puerto Rico like a trash heap.
Floating garbage today. Yeah, it's pretty silly.
And then like 500,000 voters in Pennsylvania are Puerto Rican, and so Trump's freaking out that like people are there's comedians talking about like a comedian bombing so hard he altered the course of U.S. history.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so it's been pretty funny.
I thought
to
it was
watch.
pretty funny. He even gave Travis some shit because he was like, "Well, I see Travis as the next O.J. Simpson." Oh my god,
That's pretty funny.
yeah.
Yeah, but I just saw that and I was like, and then I was on Twitter scrolling through all these comedians talking about it, and there are a lot of them that are like, Jesus Christ, man, that was rough. But then you look at the other side and they're like, what are you gonna do? It's comedy.
Exactly, like he's just a comedian. And he was just on College Game Day the week before when they were in Austin, and he had him over there like roasting one of the field goal kickers. And, you know, his jokes were a little funnier, but it's still pretty cool they got him on game day.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So
What
you guys
about you?
watched
How was your
Dr.
weekend?
Phil. Oh, it was pretty eventful. We had the show on Saturday.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was
they got
pretty cool.
fingerboard
Dude,
competition,
fingerboard competition. Dude.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
You didn't remember Tech Decks? You didn't ever fucking around Tech Decks?
Yeah, I didn't know people competed in it.
Neither
though.
did I.
That's crazy.
Dude, they had tables. There was like 10 tables like this set up with like legit
Ramps and stuff.
mini like
I've seen the videos
street
of people
courses.
doing it, and it is insane.
Yeah, I was talking to him when we were playing because everybody was way more involved in that, which I get. We're just kind of like background music anyways, and I kind of expect people to be raging out. But I was just talking to him, and I was like, dude, the last time I played with those, I probably shouldn't have said played with those. I think I said the last time I was messing with Tech Decks was like in high school, and I was like, but you guys probably don't even use Tech Decks, and they all turn around, they're like, no, and I was like, you guys like build them yourselves or what? And they're like, yeah, and I was
Holy
like,
shit.
that's pretty wild. Yeah, they're out there like with
Do you
their...
think they're people that skateboard for real?
Some of them probably are.
Yeah.
I don't mean the stereotype, but the majority of them look like they didn't skateboard.
I gotcha. Nice.
But-
That's pretty fascinating, man.
Yeah.
So the show went well, though?
Yeah, it was pretty good. We had a pretty good turnout. We made some money. We got some goodie bags, which was cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
got some eds,
Yeah.
little edibles, some
Badass. Dude.
couple other things. So that was cool.
It's
But
always fun getting paid in that.
yeah, and we made enough to pay like half of our rent. So that's cool.
Score.
So there you go. We're almost working at a even keel, dude. We're working.
Even Steven.
we're breaking even.
Badass.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm trying to think what we did Friday. We did watch I don't know if you've seen it. Is it Fear Street on Netflix? There's 3 movies.
I've seen
it's
it up there, but we've never watched it.
1994, shit. Like 1980 something, and then like a 1666. I guess they were R.L. Stine books that before he started writing Goosebumps, they were like his scary like older teen movie or books.
Okay.
And they made it into like a little 3-part movie series. It was pretty good.
Nice.
Hannah might like it. It's not like super gory. It's more like kind of like stalking killer typ thing,
Like the slasher type?
Yeah, more
Perfect.
slasher type.
Yeah.
So she might want to check out at least one of them, but they were all pretty good. And then let's see. Oh, dude, last night, the sports equinox. It was too much
That
to
was
handle.
pretty crazy. There was a lot going
There was
on,
like
man.
8 hockey games.
Yep.
Nuggets barely won.
Barely. Then you had Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football, dude, and Russ we trust.
And the World Series, too.
And the World Series, which is looking like the Yankees are about to choke.
Get out the brooms.
Maybe, yeah.
Yep, we're going to find out here in a minute.
Yeah, definitely. So other than that, pretty laid back. Sunday, watched a lot of football.
Yeah.
Got my football on. I did not watch a lot of the UFC fight, unfortunately. I missed it.
Yeah, with it being in Abu Dhabi, we were in Boulder at the time. So.
Yeah, it was like right when we were like out and about during the day, and then I was like, I saw that the fight ended, and I was like, what time is it? And it wasn't even like 2:00, and I was like, shit.
The prelims start at 8 a.m.
Those ones are rough, but
I'm pretty sad about it because of Max. So
yeah, I know. Now they're talking retirement and stuff.
I know. I don't blame him. He started fighting at a really young age. So
Yeah. So, but as bummer things, as all things go, they go.
Right. I'd rather my team, my sport, like my Chiefs win than like maybe him win. So like you can't win them all.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the best weekend in Colorado sports. The Avs were doing good. The Nuggets were just pissing me off.
Oh, big time.
And then, the
right
Broncos...
now, dude, look at this. It's 22-15 with 4 minutes left to go in the first, and the Nets are leading. The Brooklyn Nets. Yeah.
Team's got issues. We're going to get into it in a little bit, but think time to get into headlines so we can start getting into it.
Let's get into the meat of it.
Let's do it.
Headlines! Get your headlines here!
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
What is going on here?
Oh, man,
dude?
we got a lot to get to.
We really do, man. There's so much going on. Like we were talking about the sports equinox last night, like just insane amounts of sports. If you were able to keep up with all of it, you would need like a full wall of TVs.
It would need to be like you're in Vegas Sportsbook or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, have you seen those videos of those places that are like half spheres?
It looks sick, man.
Where they're like you're
I wanna go
sitting
so bad.
on like the sideline,
Yeah.
or not on
No.
the sideline,
It looks
but like
so real. That's what
it looks
they-
like you're sitting in a section.
The caption for it says like this is the future of sports.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's really cool. What he's talking about is if anybody's seen like a video of the Sphere, it's basically that, but like a miniature version. They have a game going on, and it feels exactly like you're at the game.
Yeah, it's like a half sphere, and it just like it looks just like you're looking out on the stadium. There's like the scoreboard over here, and then I've seen them cut to different angles, like when they're in the end zone, and it looks like you're sitting in the end zone, and the guy like catches a touchdown right in your face,
Right in your
and you're
face,
like,
dude.
"What is going on?"
It looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty wild.
I want to find one.
Yeah, I don't doubt there's one here, but if there isn't, let's make the French Fanatics
Yeah, let's open
version.
one up.
Let's do it.
My landlord was telling me about the Gaylord over here and their sports bar. He said
Yeah.
there's like 20-foot TVs in there. He's
Yeah.
like, dude, you got to go one day to watch football. And I was like,
Dewey was calling me Gaylord for a while because that was the one thing I messed up in the color lab was on that Gaylord hotel.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. I always think of Gaylord Fokker because of that.
Gaylord
Beat
Fokker.
the parents. Yeah. No.
But yeah, I always thought that was funny. But yeah, so it is time to get into the NFL. This was a wild week.
What do you mean by week 8 shenanigans when you put
Just
this
in general, just
all the
like all the
craziness.
stuff going on, you know.
Lots of
Steelers
storylines.
6-1. You know, what are we doing here?
Or 5-2.
Are they 5? Oh
Yeah,
shit,
they've got
5-2.
2 losses.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't even know what we're talking about when we're talking about sports.
I mean, they're in first place in the AFC North.
Yeah, in one of the toughest divisions.
Crazy.
But here we go.
Are you ready for some football? It's football, bro. Personal foul. 69. Offense. He's giving them the business.
Yeah. Yes, sir. It was Monday night last night, and I said it earlier, but in Russ we trust. How smart does Mike Tomlin look?
And that's why he's well compensated.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is wild how different that offense looks with Russell in
Big
comparison to Justin Fields.
Yep.
Like, everybody's just like, how could you bench Justin Fields? And he's just like, we're going to go with a better guy, and yeah, damn you,
And
Russ.
I've got to eat crow, man, because I would talk shit on Russ all the time because he's just the biggest cheeseball in the league.
Oh, he still is. Let's not.
Yeah. As far as his play goes, I was, really kind of make fun of that as well. I thought he was washed up, but man, he laid some dimes last night.
He did.
The first game, I'd really give it to George Pickens for making some circus ridiculous
He
catches.
did, especially along the sidelines. He
Yeah.
made some crazy catches. And I had to say, dude, what was going on? That looked like a catch to me if I've
Yeah.
ever seen one.
Apparently, you have to get your right and left foot down. If you touch the same foot twice, that's not.
But
I don't know.
But elbow is 2 feet, a knee is 2 feet, 1 feet isn't 2 feet.
If you touch your knee and then turn around, you do the
If
hokey
you-
pokey all around about. Like, what is the rule
left
here,
foot
man?
in, you put your left
Yeah.
foot out.
There's a lot of bogus calls over the weekends.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that too. Even in college, dude. I mean, there was the CU one that
Yeah, I did not
I'm-
know that you could take a touchdown away for taunting somebody.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And I hate to say it, dude. I don't want to hear about unsportsmanlike conduct when these guys are getting paid what they're getting paid.
I don't even think that's the issue of the matter. He held up the peace sign.
Didn't Tyreek get busted for that, or weren't
Oh,
they?
dude, that's like his signature move.
I know, but they were just. But in the NFL, it just goes on the kickoff.
Yeah, they don't never like stop. That's a totally different rule than the NFL, where if you Tyreek or something does the peace sign and then they score, then yeah, it just gets addressed on the kickoff.
Yeah.
It happened a few times, and then I think they started fining him for it. I don't know, but
It's just so dumb at this
It's
point.
crazy.
Well, and then how are you gonna? take away a touchdown when you let these guys basically group celebrate. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
They're doing like coordinated dances just like in the NFL.
The hypocrisy is all over the place.
And you're going to take away a touchdown for a finger. But anyways,
it's wild.
We're digressing too much. We need to get back into the NFL.
Well, there was some news that came out today. Stephon Diggs is done for the year. He tore his ACL in a non-contact injury. In
it didn't look good. Did not look good.
Nope. So now it's all on Tank Dell right now.
Pretty much. Yep. Poor guy's all by himself, and you got him. Because I think I dropped him at one point.
Chris, speaking of that, Chris and I played each other last week in fantasy.
Yeah, Chad beat me.
Yep. In the Smalley League.
Yeah. Thought I had a chance, but then damn you, Jalen Hurts.
I know.
And then I didn't play fucking Lad McConkey. I should have.
I know. I was looking at that, and I was like, dude, if you would have played Lad McConkey, you would have beat me.
Yeah.
All you needed was 14 points.
I'm done in the Fringe Fanatics League, and I'm announcing it here. If I finish in last place, there will be no toilet bowl. This is the worst I've ever done in a fantasy league. And at this point, like, I made some wild trades because I felt like I had to, and now it's just like my team. It's like every week I'm just Jordan Love 6 points, groin. You know what are you gonna do?
You were having one of the worst years of luck I've ever seen in my life.
It's just insane injuries.
Yep.
But so this is the thing: nobody has to worry about eating anything hot. If I finish in last, I will be eating. I'm probably gonna get the gummy just so that I feel like I at least did it right by
I'll
Alex.
have 911 on speed dial, man.
Yeah, I might have a heart attack. I might have to start working out for it so I don't die.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. There could be someone else out there.
I don't know, Chad. I'm at 1-7, and it's not looking up. It is not
That's
looking
crazy.
up.
That's the exact opposite of my score. I'm 7-1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's bad. So, what are you going to do? You can't win them all, but it's always nice when you make a podcast about sports and then you set up a fantasy league and then you do the worst in it in the second year. But at least it wasn't in the first year, I was in the playoffs,
Fantasy
third.
gods show
The
no
fantasy
mercy.
gods show no mercy.
Yeah.
No moisty, and they are showing no moisty on me. So, but and a lot of people too. I mean,
So you had Stephon Diggs in that league too?
yeah,
Wow, man.
I traded for him.
Yep, that is nuts.
So, is what it is.
Trade for Justin Herbert if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna pick up Mr. Stafford because he's good now that he's
yeah.
got his guys
You
back.
should.
I
That's a
might
good
have
pickup.
to.
The one guy that is getting benched though, Anthony Richardson, a guy that completed 10 of 32 passes on Sunday.
He is on pace to have the worst. Well, if he finished out the year on the pace that he was going to have the worst completion percentage by a quarterback over the entire year. I think Tim Tebow and Jamarcus Russell would have been ahead of him.
Yeah,
Because right now he's completing like 46% of his passes.
He's leading it, and those two are right behind him. I think is what I saw.
It's wild just to see the drop off from like all of like the lead up to the draft and watching him and just being like, dude, this guy's a freak.
Yeah.
And then just seeing it not translate at all, you're like, wow. And then the tap in the helmet, taking himself out of the game.
Out.
Did you hear the center at the end of that said, yeah, we were addressing that in house basically.
Yeah. Could you imagine you're being you're a lineman?
Dude, have you ever seen a lineman
tap?
Like
No.
maybe, but I mean,
If they're hurt.
But that's a lineman
And
who's
this guy-
out there every play. He's like,
Think
I ran
about-
around twice, man, because I'm an
How
idiot.
out of shape he must be. Because, he ran around. He was trying to scramble around. Got maybe 1 yard or something. And then you look at somebody like Lamar Jackson that can scramble around all over each side of the field and then make it look like it's just cake for him. Like, just totally easy. So...
Yeah, there's different people
sad.
out there, but
I mean, it's not surprising too. He only played 23 games
from
in college.
high school.
Yeah,
no
from
total.
in high school.
Yeah,
to
high
college.
school to college. He's started 23 games and he's now an NFL quarterback.
It just goes to show you
that's
what
an insane.
Do not trust these
trajectory.
NFL scouts, Mel Kiper, and all these guys. They do not.
He's got great hair. Mel Kiper. He looks like
he looks
Dracula.
like a Monopoly man or something. Yeah. He looks crazy. But man, it's 26-38 right now. This is a tough year for the Nuggets.
Hey, dude, there's 82 games, man. We're game 4 right now, Lee. Just take her easy,
That's
all right?
exactly my
Take her
point.
easy. But yeah, in other news, Mr.
Yeah,
What?
get to it.
Oh, just Jameis Winston. Can we talk about that?
Oh man, his press conference. I love this guy,
Dude,
cracks me up.
That's why in the notes I named him Pastor Jameis. Pastor Jameis.
That's what I said
Shines.
today.
Yeah.
I said that he should have been a preacher, man.
Like
So
after
when
the game, they're like, what, like how's it going? He's just like, just gotta thank God. Like just starts going off. On
Well,
this
they asked him.
crazy-
He goes, "So when
like,
you
"Man."
threw that ball and it almost got intercepted, what were you going to think?" He goes, "I was just praying. Oh, I immediately start praying." He is so animated, and the way he talks, and he's so genuine. Dude,
Yeah.
I just want to like Club Shay Shay needs to get him on or something.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear him in a long form discussion. Really bad. Like the guy is hilarious.
He's the ultimate motivator too.
I mean,
from
he
the sound
quoted
of it.
Eminem after the game.
No, did he? I missed that.
Oh, you missed that? No, right after the game on the field, they were like, asking him about. He's like, "Well, I just got to quote that white boy from Detroit. You get one shot, you can't miss your chance." I'm like, oh, dude, he starts. It's hilarious, and the best part about it, he leads his team that should have been starting from week 1 to a big win over the Baltimore Ravens.
A huge win over the Baltimore
Yes.
Ravens. A win that bums me out because we got to play them next week, and now they're going to be coming in with a vengeance.
You can say that, but think about this: when the Chiefs beat the Ravens, then the Raiders went into Baltimore and beat them. So, it's not like they always can use that as fuel. Some guys,
That's true. That's true.
Take it as that gut punch and don't really bounce back.
Yeah, but yeah, James. And there was another stat I heard today. Like of the 7 games that I'm trying to think. In 7 games that Deshaun Watson hasn't played, 4 of them they've thrown over 300 and some yards. I might have it off. I'm wrong.
It here.
You have it? Okay, because I just was trying to.
7 games dating back from last year that they used.
Ow.
Whoa. That they used Joe Flacco, and I think there was another quarterback that
Dorian
came in.
Thompson-Robinson, I think, did it one time too.
They had 4 games
DTR.
with 300-plus passing yards and 3 TDs. Josh Allen, just to give you that's a sample size, that's 4 out of 7, okay?
Yeah.
Josh Allen's only done that 10 times in his career. Mahomes
is crazy.
hasn't done it in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of other crazy
Yeah.
ones, like it hasn't happened like in a while.
So what does that tell you about coaching and management?
That you need to take out Deshaun Watson.
Well, thankfully he took himself out.
Yep.
Well,
It just goes to show you how bad Deshaun Watson was because the rest of the team around him, they play well. Kevin Stefanski, he's been coach of the year twice.
yeah.
They have a great
Well,
unit.
I mean, yeah. You look at their stable of wide receivers before they got rid of Amari. I mean, they had really good wide receivers, and then you've got a pretty good backfield. You've got David Njoku, who's still on the trade block, and I wouldn't be surprised because when's the trade?
Well,
deadline?
see, I was worried about the Broncos taking him until Jameis won that game, and I'm like,
I know.
I think they could.
Jameis just saved Stefanski's job too,
Yeah.
which is wild.
Dude, he's a gunslinger, man. He might throw an interception or 2, but he goes out there.
It's like
and
that
slings.
year he threw like 4,500 yards and 30
He went
touchdowns.
30 and 30.
Yeah, 30 touchdowns,
30 picks, and 30 touchdowns. Hey, he breaks even, man.
Hey, exactly. That's what we're
Well,
all about. Breaking
I was
even.
really happy about that, man, because all week long we just hear, oh, my God, the Chiefs are undefeated, but the Ravens are the better team. Look what team loses, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. One team's really banged up. The Ravens are completely healthy. And then what I'm really excited for is this weekend, you guys versus the Ravens, because there's a stat out there that they have a better success rate per play on offense than any other team. On defense, you guys own that first place.
Yeah, so it's tough though because the Broncos are severely injured in the middle linebacker core, and that's who's going to be covering Lamar if it's a spy, and that's who's going to be covering their tight ends. So that scares me. But Bo looked pretty good this weekend.
He sure
I
did.
think in October he's ranked first in
He
all
is.
quarterback
And
categories.
rookie quarterbacks, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I noticed as well. I saw that on my way home. And
Let's
then,
see if that's what it was.
yeah, could be right. I don't know. But, that seems hard to beat Jared Goff, though. Jared Goff's on fire.
He is on fire.
Yeah.
Let me
But,
see what
dude,
it
in my
was.
DK league, I played Bo Nix.
Oh, you're right. Rookie QB
Yeah.
ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Hold
So,
it
yeah.
all up here.
Yeah, he does. I'm surprised sometimes. So yeah, passing touchdowns, passing
seriously,
yards,
dude.
rushing touchdowns, and wins.
That's what. So we're doing. I don't know if when you were still working, if you knew about this, but we did a little DK league at work. That's me, Dan, Anthony, Josh. That's what's so fun is like when they were playing a team like the Panthers, I was like, I'm gonna play Bo Nix because the better he does, the better your quarterback does.
yeah.
more points he scores against you guys.
Yeah.
And it did, man. He scored like 26 points. Kid,
Yeah.
He was cheap. He was only like $4,300.
Yeah, I know, and he went off.
Yep.
And
But he
rightfully
should.
so.
The
Rightfully
Panthers
so.
are god awful.
Speaking of
Anybody.
which, how do you like the drama with Sean Payton and
I love it,
J.C.
man.
Horn?
I can't stand when teams get pissed about running up the score. That's something that I've
It
always.
wasn't even that bad.
Oh
dude.
my God, no,
Dude,
it wasn't.
The Broncos lost 70 to 10
Yeah.
the other
I like
last
that
year.
He brought that up too. Yeah. No, but what I was gonna say is like it's something that like I do respect the classiness of Andy Reid, but God, I'm just meaner. I prefer running up the score, and that's what we've always
Hey,
said.
the Chiefs did have what's his name, the fucking defensive lineman run that. What was that?
Oh, the Broncos game on
Yeah.
Christmas.
Come on,
That's true. That is true.
Come on.
He's done it before.
He's got a little bit
Hey,
of
let's
that.
give him a little reference here. Christmas Day, Dontarie Poe
Yes, that's his
throws the interception or throws the touchdown to I can't remember what it might have been Kelsey at the time, but man, that was an awesome play.
might
I'll
have
never
been
forget
before,
where I was
yeah.
at. But we were up by like 20 points at the time too.
Yeah, it pissed me
So hey, he does it sometimes to the right teams, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just
dude,
funny.
because he said he was like, "This is the NFL."
I like
You know,
Sean
play
Payton.
better.
Yeah, that's the mic drop quote. Play better.
Exactly.
Don't
I'm
let
not
us
a big
score,
fan
man.
of Sean Payton, but I can support that.
I
one.
wasn't up until these last few weeks,
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, dude, I kind of get it.
He's going on like a revenge tour because
Yeah.
if you know, he had an interview at Carolina and they said no, thank you.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right,
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. I don't like your attitude.
I don't like your attitude.
Yep.
But yeah, so
All right. Did you hit the Deontay Johnson news?
I haven't yet.
All right.
Take us there,
lots
dude.
of news today. Deontay Johnson got traded to the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I was trying to see. I haven't seen what the compensation was yet, but
I haven't either, actually, but I don't know. Could help out. The guy's not really healthy too often. They definitely need some wide receiver help because Rashad Bateman dropped the most embarrassing, maybe game-changing play on Sunday when they were losing to the Browns. So they need someone that can like catch balls.
yeah, that's true. I'm trying to see here. It doesn't say 6 hours ago.
Yeah, maybe they just
All
haven't
right,
released
we're
it.
gonna just move on. But yeah, I'm sure it wasn't a lot. But it's crazy though. 2 times in this year he's been traded. From
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
2
to
times.
Carolina and now
Yeah.
to the Ravens.
He started his career at Steelers. Now he's going to the rival.
Speaking of people on the trade block that no longer are, Christian Kirk,
broke his collarbone.
dude.
That sucks, man, because I was real hoping the Chiefs could still go get him.
Yeah. Well, now that the Broncos are where they are, I'm like, what can we get cheap? That's like a weapon.
Yeah, but people got to
It's
realize
hard, though.
there's guys out there that are great. Darius Slayton, look what he just did last night with Daniel Jones. I was hoping the Chiefs would get him.
Dude, that's the thing that a lot of people are bitching about too with Anthony Richardson. It's like Anthony Richardson has 11 starts or something like that. Yeah, I think because he was hurt a lot last year too.
Yeah.
But then they're like Daniel Jones is on start 54.
It's sad, man. His
and he's
winning
making
percentage.
insane amount of money.
Yeah, it's so dumb, man. But you know, it's not all his fault sometimes too. Like that swinging gate 2-point.
Do you see how mad he was after that?
I don't blame
He's
him
like,
one
"What
bit."
I couldn't read it entirely, but it was basically like, "What the fuck are we doing?"
Why are you trying to run a play like this? What is this? The Little Giants? We're the
I just
Giants
like
or
how
the Little
quickly
Giants?
they were just blew it up. Just went right. Well, all of those receivers were still once it snapped, they're like, "What's going on?"
Because you have to look at the ball to know its height. Like it is the dumbest play call. God, out there thinking he's thinking he's Dan Campbell. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he is, dude. He's not ready to bite no
David
kneecaps.
Montgomery threw a pass. Dude, they are just
Did you
embarrassing
see?
people.
Yeah. Speaking of which, at one point that game was 14-14, and that was it. After that, the Lions just unleashed hell on the
Jared Goff
ground.
didn't even hit 100 yards.
No.
They didn't even need to.
Yeah, he was 12 for 16 for 80 yards. I
Yeah.
think at halftime they had 7 net yards passing, and they were blowing him out of the water.
I think it was 34 at that time or something. It was sad, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, so basically, excuse me, that was the Lions game. They win 52-14 over the Titans.
Man, the Titans are horrible.
The Browns, as we were talking about earlier, beat the Ravens 29-24. The Eagles, which I blame for me losing to Chad, 37-17 over the Bungles, as the Bungles fall to 3-5, 0-4 at home.
Yeah.
You can't even win at home.
Yeah, it was great, man. Jalen Hurts finally has the best game of his season, and Eagles defense really showed up.
Yeah, he
in
had
that game
3
too.
rushing touchdowns.
Yep, and passing touchdown too. Yeah, it was awesome.
Big news though, big upsets, man. The Jets. What is going down?
They need to go make peace in the dark. That's what you got to do, man.
They all need to go on a darkness retreat because they lose to the Patriots, 25-22. They're both the worst team, 2-6.
Yeah.
They're both the worst team in the league, and I guess now the Jets are the worst team because they got beat by the Patriots. So, also Drake May got a concussion in that game, and there was a little bit of issue with him returning and then leaving again.
Yep, they let him go back in, then he gets sacked, and then one of his it was Jacoby.
His eye fell out. No, I'm just kidding.
Jacoby Brissett was actually the one that was like, dude, you need to go have this checked out. That's sad when that's the guy that's
not even the specialist, the neurological specialist spotter.
It's sad.
Yeah.
We got the World Series going on right now. We got it turned on over here, and Freddie Freeman is up to bat. He
Mr. Teeth. Let's just see right here.
World Series, Mr. October.
That's
Did he
gone.
Do it again? Did
that
he do
is
it
gone.
Again? Oh my God! He did it again!
Oh my God!
Again!
He just broke the record. We're going to talk about this later. We're going to talk about it right now.
Well, that's who my daily dog is, man. What?
Run into it.
Dude, how did I just segue into this live event right here?
Dude, he now has the most home runs in a row in the World Series dating back to last year.
That's wild.
He tied George Springer last night. I believe it was the 3rd inning. He hit a 2 or 3 run homer that gave them the lead. They never gave it up. And, yeah, just now, he just hit one on a rope. Yep. I mean, that one didn't even have any lift, man. That person who caught that
a line drive.
It hurt.
Too.
It was like, whack! Ah!
He's hit one in every game so far in this World Series, including the Grand Slam,
the Grand Salami
homer, which was even cooler because he went right over to his
Look
dad
at this,
afterward.
dude. Look at this.
Boom.
That guy is locked in.
He is, man.
Boom.
Wow,
gone.
Freddie Freeman. It sucks, too, because he used to be a Brave.
I know. And that's speaking of which, that record dates back to when he was a Brave in last year's World Series. Look at his teeth.
Well, they played in the World Series 2 years ago.
Oh, that's right. Because it was
Rangers.
considered straight. Yeah, sorry.
But, yeah, I mean,
his teeth are wild.
It's just insane. He's my daily dog because let me set.
Let's just get into it.
Let me set the stage for you. We're at State House. We had a few drinks and we were feeling pretty good. And my mom's into baseball, so the game's on up there, and the game's going into extra innings. It's pretty exciting. Then all of a sudden we look over and we see grand slam, walk off. We just couldn't believe it. The whole bar went crazy. To witness that live in a setting like that with my mom and my girlfriend, even Hannah was like, that was fucking nuts. It's just, that stuff you dream about as a kid. World Series, bottom of the 10th, extra innings, 2 outs, bases loaded. I mean, are you kidding me? It doesn't get any more storybook than that. And the guy just keeps doing it. The next games, when the Dodgers keep winning, he hits more home runs.
Yeah, the guy is locked in. And it was a bummer. Imagine what he could have done if he didn't sprain his ankle there in the NLCS.
September, yeah. No, I guess it happened when they clinched.
Well, he missed the end of the NLCS.
Yeah.
He missed Game 6.
I was reading up on today that it happened in the game they clinched the division.
Oh, and then they rested. Oh, okay.
So that's what it was from, yep. But, yeah, the guy's on fire right now. Look,
wow.
the Dodgers are already up 2-0 because they had a runner on. If they win tonight, they win the series. It'll be amazing, man.
Unfortunately, though, it is very marred by the fact of how much money they have spent.
It is, but the thing of it is it's like Dave. It's like
we're talking billions.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, it's like not a David versus Goliath. It's 2 Goliaths. That's what makes it. I mean, you're getting the best of the best.
I mean, at this point, the Yankees might be David. You know what I mean?
You would think so, but then when you look at their stats throughout the year,
they've been good.
That camera's kind of like falling off. Is that?
Let me look at you.
Yeah,
you're good.
Okay.
But I appreciate that. No, we'll fix that. But I've got it leveled now with you, so we're good.
Well, that is my daily dog who just hit a home run, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman.
Happy for him after he was a Brave.
Well, hold on. We didn't hit this because we went right into it because we had a home run.
Pull that daily dogs out.
Nice.
That's right. So Freddie Freeman is Chad's daily dog of this week. Well, one of them. Mine, I chose Mr. Bradley Bozeman, who you probably don't know who the hell that is unless you follow football very closely. He is the center for the Los Angeles Chargers, and after one of the more dirty plays I think we've seen in quite some time.
Super dirty.
Insanely dirty. Saints defensive tackle Nathan Shepard basically kind of... He locked up Justin Herbert, but like at the legs, and the play was over.
He was laying on the ground
like this,
and so he basically was kind of had that little brother move where he was like, "Well, I'm just gonna try to pull
by
you
the
down,"
foot.
but twists and potentially could have hurt his knee or his ankle.
He alligator rolled his leg.
He did. So
Bradley Bozeman, man, comes in and just drops the hammer on him, just smashes the guy. Yeah. Ends up getting an unsportsmanlike conduct, a necessary roughness, if you will. I think the league should rescind that just because of the situation. They probably won't, because as we all know, they are the no fun league.
Exactly.
And this is one of those things, like, this is why hockey's cool, is because this shit, that's just hockey. That was just a hockey play.
It's an unspoken rule and an unwritten rule too.
Yeah, but Bradley Bozeman was celebrated by his teammates and given a game ball by Mr. Jim Harbaugh. So he definitely got what he deserved, which was a pat on the back for what he called one of the dirtier plays I've ever seen. He's like, you protect your quarterback no matter what. And I think any of our offensive linemen that was in my position would have done the same thing. And Herbert was already playing through a high right ankle sprain that he suffered in week 2 over the Panthers, which he has not gotten right from. But just to see that happen and just watch somebody like literally just try and injure somebody, you always feel bad for those defensive backs and stuff that light somebody up. And like, it's just like the play. Like, granted, you can... It's hard when it's bang,
play on
bang.
Godwin, man. Godwin, he either hits him in the head and gets a penalty, or he hits him in the body.
And to me, dude, that exact point, dude. That's a hip drop, they called it. But to me, that was tackling.
Oh no, not Godwin. No, when they took out. Not Godwin.
I thought you were talking about, because to me that one still, it was a hip drop, but it was because of momentum that his body swung into Godwin's leg.
When they tore his ACL, they came through. Yeah. Brian Cook, I think it was. They hit him. Yeah. That's, and
it sucked. It's just right when his leg planted. What are you going to do?
But no, this was a total dirty play. And look, it happens from the Saints, a team that got caught with the bounty gate, paying players and stuff.
Man, that's my head coach, man.
Yep, that's what happened. He served his year suspension.
He did.
But the Saints culture is still alive and well, apparently.
Yeah, that was a rough one. So, Mr. Bradley Bozeman is my daily dog.
Daily.
Awesome pick.
Yes.
Awesome pick.
Move on to your next one, sir.
My next one is the best tight end of the week, Mr. Trey McBride. On National Tight Ends Day, he helped the Arizona Cardinals beat the not Chargers. I know. I just remember the Dolphins into his return.
Yeah.
And here's one reason I wanted to pick him, because he was a huge key to that team winning. But this is what's awesome as a team as a whole. That's their first back-to-back win since 2021.
That's crazy.
That's insane, dude. So the Cardinals are finally seeing some consistency in a division where there's no consistency. You got the 49ers, Seahawks, and the Rams winning and losing all over the place. You can't pinpoint. Nobody's a juggernaut in it. So maybe the Cardinals can kind of catch this momentum and go. And Trey McBride set season highs in targets, 11, receptions with 9, and receiving yards with 124 yards. He had a great day. That guy's a stud out there. You got Marvin Harrison Jr. and him. You got James Conner. This Cardinals offense, along with Kyler Murray, that can just scramble away and just say, I'm gone at any time, they're going to be a problem.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's how long can he stay healthy? Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is out now. Is he going to stay focused in terms of Kyler Murray? You know what I mean?
That's a good question. Very good question. It is out.
Yeah,
and he is sponsored by him now.
He is, and unfortunately, all of his talking shit are what got him paid probably a ton of money.
Yep.
Well,
that was my second daily dog.
There it was.
Daily. Who's your second?
Well, my second, we're going to kick it back to college real quick, and I'm going to go with Mr. Travis Hunter as
Heisman favorite.
well, I think Austin Jeanty, as I actually think it's pronounced, still probably leading, but I do think that Travis Hunter is a close second. After especially this week, 9 receptions, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, 17-yard average on his catches with a long of 34.
That's insane.
That's just on the offensive side of the ball. He also did incredible things on the defensive side of the ball. It's really hard to look up his stats because most of them just focus on one side of the ball or the other, but he was the first, I think, Big 12 player to be both defensive and offensive player of the week in consecutive weeks, or just ever at this point. So that's pretty wild.
That's
as
crazy.
well.
I'm trying to look at the Heisman odds. Don't see the Heisman odds anywhere on FanDuel. I'll have to find it later. But, yeah, it's just insane to me because he really should be leading it.
A lot of people are saying Dylan Gabriel is now the front runner just due to being a quarterback and
Well, that and, Oregon is really
number
good.
1. Yeah.
But, yeah, it's amazing. They're ranked now. CU's got to play good. And I love Shador's comments on it when they were asked, like, well, how do you feel about not being in the talks for it? And he was like, I just hope Travis gets it. That's cool.
He's also like, I mean, I'm the one throwing the ball, so it's kind of like, we both get it almost. Like,
Yep, yeah.
It's like an award for both of us. So, yeah, that's
They're
pretty
playing
cool.
good right now.
They are playing good, ranked 23. If they hadn't have lost that one damn game to Kansas State, they'd be looking pretty good.
Well, that would be a tough game to win, but the Nebraska one is really the one that wasn't
Oh, that
on the
is the
schedule.
Nebraska game. The Nebraska game killed them. They did win
Yeah.
Kansas State. Yeah, that's right. Nebraska killed them. Yeah.
Kansas State? No, they lost 28-31 to K-State, but then they lost to Nebraska.
They're sitting at 2.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
I know. Yep.
I suck.
But,
Terrible.
there's a good chance they could win the Big 12 because,
They can.
there's really not
I
anybody
don't know if
else in there
BYU's
that's-
going to lose.
Yeah, BYU does have a good team.
But, any Hoosier, that is my other
I dig it. That guy's a dog.
he's a dog. And I think he actually is considered a dog on the Buffaloes because they don't do, like, captains. It's
Yeah,
dogs
something like
or
that. Leaders.
dogs
That's
or
what they
something.
call 'em.
I can't remember.
Well,
But anyways,
let's move on from the NFL.
let's do it, man. Where do you want to go to?
We can hit college football real quick. Go over these scores.
Let's do it.
I didn't get to watch any of these games. It was a pretty busy Saturday, but I caught some of the CU game later.
Yeah, I watched a good amount of the CU game.
Red 18! Red 18!
A lot of fandom up there. It's pretty cool being in Boulder for that game day, man. There's tons of people around.
Well, every week
All
they have
tons.
so many people that are famous there.
Well, and just like the fans, I mean, man, there were just so many jerseys, and that town is lit up for CU football right now.
Well, as they should be, Yep.
All right, Aaron Judge is up. Is he going to strike out again? Or ground out? Like he
Oh,
always
well,
does?
yeah. I was watching some stat about, like, his walks are down, and they're all just, it's because he can't hit off-speed, like curves or anything
He's
like
totally
that.
choking.
Anything with rotation, he cannot hit.
I think
they're backing him
in the
up.
postseason right now, he's batting 140.
Yeah,
That's awful.
it's pretty rough.
Yep. All right.
Anyways,
well,
so
Texas squeaks by Vanderbilt.
yeah, and Vanderbilt, who we know beat up on Alabama,
Yep.
ranked 25, and they barely lose to Texas, as Quinn Ewers has returned, and I'm still wondering if they should have just stayed with the
Yep.
Manning boy.
Because they
But
have not been good since he's returned.
they have not, unfortunately. But then you look at number 8 LSU. They get hammered by number 14 Texas A&M, 38-23. And then, like we mentioned earlier, number 23 now, CU beat Cincinnati 34-23. And they became ranked for the first time this year, and I believe it's the only other time they were ranked twice was when I can't remember his name. It's been like 10 years since they've been ranked back-to-back years. So I think last time was like 2011, 2012.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's good for CU.
Who do they got next? You know?
Oh, shit. Where are they playing next? I just had it pulled up.
I know. I was trying to get it. But my fucking internet's being really slow right now.
Oh, they've got a bye week this week. Texas Tech are next.
Oh, nice.
Because I forget
They'll-
now they do 2 bye weeks.
Yeah, they'll
Which is
definitely beat
weird.
Texas Tech. They're not very good.
Well, I mean, they're 5-3, but yeah, they're not. I mean, just watching Shedeur and Travis play together is pretty wild.
Dude, it's so
they're
fun
like
watching that team, man.
they're literally like connected at the hip. There was that play, right before the half. They stopped him. They got the ball back, and they're trying to get a field goal. And they run a route, and Travis gets so far ahead of him, he like waves to Shedeur, stops, and comes back, catches the ball, and gets a touchdown.
That's
it's just
sick,
like,
man.
dude,
their connection is just unreal right now. I mean, if he does win the Heisman, that's just going to be so huge for CU.
Yeah, well, exactly. And then just to see him go, they're probably both going to go top 5 for
Maybe
sure.
top 3.
Yeah, maybe even top 3. You might see the Raiders do something crazy and try and draft both of them. Who knows? Especially the way things are going for them.
Well, that's my guess. Is I think they're going to try to start tanking, and I don't know why they haven't traded away Max Crosby, because now with Tom Brady there, he helped work with Shedeur Sanders. Dion had him work with Tom Brady, so I would imagine him tanking for Shedeur. I don't know how you could acquire both. There was that weird little meeting
they had. I can't remember. Shedeur was talking to Mark Davis, and a lot of people were speculating as to them being like, oh, let's try and make something happen. Which, I mean, they could. I don't know how they get both of them. I don't know how you do that. You'd have to mortgage the whole entire next 10 years.
And you'd have to get rid of Max Crosby. And just on Sunday, Adam Schefter reported that he emailed Mark Davis and emailed back that he would not, all caps, trade Max Crosby. So we'll see if he's bluffing.
He better be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised that they didn't trade him with Devontae to the Jets in some crazy deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would imagine they're gonna. Then the Dan Campbell is really hitting that they're gonna be making a move. So I hope they get Max Crosby out of the AFC West.
That'd be wild to have Max and Aiden Hutchinson side by side, so to speak. Yeah. Well, and they're saying Aiden might be ready for the Super Bowl if they make it. So
very well could.
That'd be pretty wild. Well, that's all I really got for NCAA. What do you got? You got anything else?
Yep. Let's hit hard in the paint.
All right, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it, man. All right, let's do it.
The judge got on. I don't know how he got
Right side to Scott. Slam dunk. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Why are they not fouling? Jumper Murray.
Sorry, we were watching the game. It's not kick back to us.
Denver
Well, and they were talking about just running this like a straight-up bullpen game. Just like,
the Dodgers, it's a bullpen game.
Yeah, they're like every couple outs we're switching guys. We don't even care.
I put some money on the Yankees just to hedge my bet because I want the Dodgers to win. So
that's
it's a win-win.
Well, let's get into the NBA.
Let's do it.
We had big news. First 50-point game of the season this year by Paolo Banchero as he drops 50, his career best, ties a Magic record for points in a half with 37, and ties the 5th highest scoring game by any Magic player to date. So. Yeah.
Magic for real, man.
They could be.
He's been playing good. I mean, I think all those guys that were in the Olympics, they just had more reps, more practice.
Yeah.
I think that invigorated all of them.
Unless you're the Nuggets. But, I mean, speaking of the Nuggets, Mr. Jokic had back-to-back 40 burgers.
Well, in his first 3 games, he's had a better first 3 games than anybody in NBA history.
He has to because nobody else is doing anything. But
update on that score, it's 50-58 with 3 left in the second quarter.
Are we down 50? We got 8. We got
8-point deficit.
Damn it.
I know.
Well, and then after they played, Jokic played like 47 minutes last night.
It's so awful.
They're gonna rest him.
Yep.
It's it's a bad game.
Yeah.
Did you see Taylor Hendricks' injury?
No, I didn't.
He broke his own leg.
Damn. Is it nasty?
He was running down the court. Nobody touched him, and his foot caught or something, and he ended up sitting on his own leg and breaking his leg.
Let's see if I can find
like gnarly.
Hendricks.
Taylor Hendricks, done for the season. It is one of the freakiest injuries I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of people break limbs in sports, and I usually send them to Chad when it happens. I probably should have done this now. Did you just see it?
Lanta.
He sat on his leg.
How did he do this?
I watched it 4 times because I didn't understand the physics of what just happened to his leg.
Oh, man, that's nasty. We will not be showing this video.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a warning graphic. It's like his foot got caught
His foot
leg
got
kept
caught and spun backwards, and he like sat on it, and he just ruined his whole leg. Bummer for him. Done for the season. Chad, did you see the Dwayne Wade statue?
Yes, I did. Have you seen the thousands and millions of memes made from the Dwayne Wade
Yes.
statue? Oh my God.
There's so many. There's one where they're like, I think they used a picture. It was another guy on the Heat. They're like, I think that they used this guy for this statue. And I was like, that does look exactly
Well,
like
apparently
the
it's the
statue.
same one that did that one, and then
The Ronaldo?
Yeah,
where
he just
it looks like
horrible.
his face is like it looks like they put it on like they scaled it to the one head size, but they forgot to scale the face. So the face is all tiny, but then it's like this big ass Ronaldo head.
I don't know how this gets released in public. I mean, I have no
who
idea.
signed off on
Who signed
that?
off on that? I mean, to like,
There's-
okay, we'll release it.
There's no way the artist just showed up like, you guys haven't seen this yet. Prepare to be mind blown.
'Cause and what surprised me most is Dwayne Wade was happy about it. He's like, I think it looks great. But I'd be insulted,
What
man.
are you gonna do though? It's
Make
like
him make another one.
Yeah, but you look like an asshole. You got to be all like, no, it's
Nah,
fine.
man.
They made you a thing.
I guess
like,
the same people did the Jordan statue too, and that's what's nuts. Is like the Jordan, right in front of Chicago. It's awesome.
it's like perfect. Yeah, he's like, dunking.
So,
all
I don't
cool.
know. Maybe he made them make another one.
Yeah,
But man, it is. If people haven't seen, look at the Dwayne Wade statue. Does not look anything like him.
there's such thing as like artistic liberties, and there was far too many taken.
There shouldn't be when it comes to realistic stuff. I think my favorite meme from it was, if you remember I think it's Rocky 3, when he gets, maybe it was Rocky 4, I think, when he gets killed by Ivan Drago, his manager's sitting over there, like this. And
Oh yeah, it was 4. It was when Apollo Creed dies,
And
It's when
then he's
throwing
over
in the
there, like,
towel.
crying.
Throw in the towel.
and I was like, dang, that does look a lot
It does
like the
look
statue.
Exactly like
Yep.
it.
It's crazy, man.
Oh shit, yeah. But we do have more Embiid news, which is surprising considering
man,
he's
they're-
not even playing. Chad,
and-
how does
and-
this happen?
And the Sixers just got fined $100,000 for this too.
Well, we knew the NBA was investigating them for basically saying, yeah, Embiid's just not playing. He might have a knee thing. We don't know.
Yep.
And then the news came out that he's not going to play in back-to-backs. I think, who else? There was somebody else on the team that's not going to play in back-to-backs either.
Well, definitely not Kawhi Leonard.
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Kawhi, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's unlikely that he's going to play 20 games this year.
Yeah, I know. And and they shut him down indefinitely, basically, so who knows. But Embiid gets assessed a technical foul after the game against the Pacers for waving a towel while Andrew Nembhard was shooting free throws on the same end of the court as the Sixers bench. So he's basically sitting on the bench in street clothes, waving a towel like he's one of the fans. Yeah. Like, this isn't the Clippers stadium, dude. This isn't the Clippers arena. And speaking of which, did you see the wall they built? I wanted to talk about this last week, but it actually threw off Kevin Durant. He missed 2 free throws because he's like, it's wild.
The wall, I guess. Do you mean like the screen around?
No. So on the, I don't know what side it is, but it's the second half when the opposing team is going down to this side of the floor. They built the seats behind so like here's the basket. They built the seats like straight up. So, like, the fans just look like this wall of fans, and they're all shaking their towels and shit.
Yeah.
And Kevin Durant was like, it actually threw me off. He's like, I missed 2 free throws in a row, which, I mean, that's rare for Kevin Durant.
Is the state-of-the-art arena. It was one of the original creators of Microsoft with Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Super bazillionaire.
What's his
and
name?
it is
Steve
one of the
Ballmer.
most like high-tech. What's really cool is he did it for the fans too, because if the further away from the court you sit, the better discounts you get on food and merch and stuff like that.
Genius.
That's so awesome. There's also a charger cord in every seat. And then, like, all of the seats are, like, super comfy and
I
everything
can't
like
tell
that.
you how many times I've been at the game and my phone's about to die.
Yeah, all the time,
Especially when you're looking at shit all day, fantasy and stuff
They
like
built
that.
this, like, ring, kind of like LA's
Yeah.
SoFi for screen, but then they had this cool feature where instead of a t-shirt cannon,
The players
look like they're throwing a shirt,
Yeah.
and then a real shirt flies down.
It's like he throws it from over here and it shoots out of that side of the thing.
It's a
just like-
state-of-the-art arena, man. It is so cool.
If you want to check out why it's like this, just go watch. Just Google Steve Ballmer Microsoft like launch parties. The dude is like, he looks like a TV evangelist up there. He's like, "Rah!" like going crazy.
That's crazy,
He's like,
man.
Windows 95.
It takes someone eccentric like that to lead a company like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean that's all I really got. Let's run down the standings real quick.
For basketball?
Yeah, let's just see who's leading. You know, we don't got to go through it all, but let's just see who's leading. All right, in the Eastern Conference, this is why we're doing this, Chad, because the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics are tied for first in the Eastern Conference.
Nice.
So look at that.
Yep.
You're like, well, that's laughable to do it this early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Oklahoma City Thunder keep giving us their full team post-game pressers as they are 3-0 ahead of the Phoenix Suns in the West.
Demolished the Nuggets on game one.
And the Nuggets aren't even ranked right now, Chad.
Yep. Well, and I'll give you some scores for tonight. The Mavs are really, this is a rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals. The Mavs are taking on the Timberwolves, and they are up 61-59 right now. Then you got the Nuggets. They're down 63-72 against the Brooklyn Nets. Sad. And then later tonight, the Kings and Jazz play. Should be an easy win for the Kings. And then the Pelicans and Warriors that will be playing without Steph Curry.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Or ghouls and goblins.
Yep.
There you go.
Well, we're going to get to the music break, and then I'm going to try to do my best to go find Princess Peach.
Oh, my God. You can't go find her, dude. You don't even know where she lives,
I got to fight
bro.
Bowser for her.
You're nuts, man. And we'll be right back after you hear Doom Shark by Cobranoid. right. You just heard, as I dropped my phone, Cobranoid. The name of that song was Doom Shark. Sorry. I forgot I did something different this time, guys. I didn't record it like I always do. I just played it off Spotify, but don't let Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Juice said he saw Cobranoid at UMS, and they are pretty tight, and I know they like to perform at High Dive a lot, too. You're right, Juice, they do.
That's awesome.
They're pretty rad. Like I said, this is all off of their self-titled album, Cobranoid. The name of that song was Doom Shark. If you like what you hear and you aren't in the Denver area, make sure to go check out cobranoid.bandcamp.com. And you can find all of their tour dates there. They were just on tour. I think they went to Tulsa and a couple other places not too long ago.
Sweet, in the Midwest.
Yep, they have a big show coming up soon. My phone was on silent, but it's cool. It made a noise. But yeah, check them out. Juice saw them and he said they're pretty tight.
Shout out to Juice too, man. Hey, it keeps falling back. How does that look?
This time it did get weird. Now you're good.
All right.
Chad's
What's
back.
up? Okay.
All right.
But yeah, shout out to Juice. My mom thought he was so nice, and he was just another companion over there at Don's.
I also say, I see Juice
patron.
wish everybody happy birthday.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's got to be the best happy birthday wisher I've ever
nice
seen.
Guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hats off to you, Juice, and thank you. Every week, Juice tunes in. He's one of our best. That's
why I had
always
to give him
a regular,
shout out, dude.
Yeah,
I had to give him a shout out.
Juice is a good regular.
James Victor, huge Chiefs fan, huge Jayhawk fan.
Yeah. And Dan as well. Don't forget Dan. Speaking of which, we got to talk about our sponsor real quick.
Hit it.
SDR Collectibles.
That's how we should do it every
right.
time.
Yes, we should do that every day. SDR Collectibles, they have all of your collectible needs, whether it be sports collectible cards, whether it's Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Funko Pops. If you like the Funko Pops, they got all that stuff. And
a lot of good football cards.
I saw they had their last get-together. They sold some pretty good ones.
Yeah,
There's some
they did
CMAC rookie cards
got
in
some
there.
Rare ones. So Dan sent me some ones that they're going to be
Give 'em a
featuring
rundown.
and selling on November 2nd. And one of them here is a really sick looking Patrick Mahomes card,
Boo.
2020. It's graded 9.5.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Look at that. Here, I got another one.
Well, you just send those to me. I'll pop them up on the screen.
That's
Let me look at it. Let me see
2022 Aiden Hutchinson card.
Oh, I like the crunch time.
I know, it's like a
That's
cereal
fancy.
box kind of thing there. Then there was another one, Christian McCaffrey rookie card.
Oh.
That's pretty rare right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
And you can find all of these cards November 2nd at the 5280 Collectible Expo. There are going to be a bunch of sports cards and memorabilia, 150 plus tables, and free admission. You get in for free, people. Why would you not go? There still are vendor tables available, and it's at the Rocky Mountain Fan Cave, which is at 816 East County Line Road, Highlands Ranch, Colorado, 80126 from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you are looking to get yourself some good memorabilia, some good collectibles, make sure to get on out to the 5280 Collectible Expo at the South Suburban Sports Complex, brought to you by the Rocky Mountain Fan Cave, I believe. There's a lot of information on this poster I just read off of.
Yeah. It's a good ad.
I hope I got all of it. So yeah, make sure to go check that out. That is November 2nd of this year, 2024. Our Lord, Hit it. Year of our Lord.
Well,
yes.
Big thanks to them. Go check that out.
Yes, SDR Collectibles. All your collectible needs in one place.
That's right. All right, let's hit some F1. We had a Mexican Grand Prix.
Yeah, all right. Then we got through it all. They're still going. They're racing hard.
Yep.
They're getting it done. So this was a little bit of a controversial race, as Max Verstappen was docked 20 seconds for his passing maneuvers, or lack thereof, letting people pass him. And there are people speaking, like Toto Wolff from Mercedes, saying that this may change the way the F1 is being raced.
Why did he let people pass him?
He didn't. It was the fact that he kind of pushed people off of the track. and he wasn't allowing them the proper lanes to race, so to speak.
Okay.
So that is why he was docked the 2 10-second penalties, which put him in 6th place, where we had Carlos Sainz.
What would he have gotten if he didn't have that penalty?
Let me see here. 10. He would have been
20 seconds.
He would have been in the same. He would have been in the same spot.
Well, it looks like he's 11 seconds behind.
Yeah, so he would. He
Mercedes.
still would have been in the same. Oh no, he would have passed.
No, yeah, he would have.
He would have been in 5th. So yeah.
Damn.
So bummer for him. And this is a big thing for Carlos Sainz. He is getting ready to leave Ferrari.
That's right.
And he gets a big win for Ferrari, which put them ahead of Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. They are behind McLaren still. But, this is a little bit of a change we didn't see coming, as Ferrari has kind of reared their beautiful Italian head back in this race, and it's no longer just McLaren and Red Bull.
It's a three-headed race.
I mean, Red Bull is in trouble.
Yeah.
I think there's serious
Sergio
issues there.
Perez had another embarrassing performance. I think he qualified 16th.
Yeah.
And then I think he got a DNF, if I'm not mistaken. Did he finish?
1 second.
Yeah, I don't see him there.
Yeah, he'd be at the very bottom.
No, he got 17th. Yep, he got lapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not too good. 0 points there. But as far as Carlos Sainz, he was quoted saying, "Honestly, I really wanted this one. I needed it for myself. I wanted to get it done. I've been saying for a while I wanted one more win before leaving Ferrari, and to do it here in front of this mega crowd is incredible."
Yeah, and he basically said, I want to get one more, and this was it. So we'll see. And there's 4 races left,
Yep,
I think.
4 races left.
It's going to be a little bit of a dogfight down to the end here, because if Ferrari keeps it up, there's a possibility they could catch up to McLaren.
Yeah, I mean, Charles Leclerc just won recently in Austin.
Yeah.
And then you got, right now, as the driver standings, Lando Norris sitting at 315, right behind Max Verstappen at 362. There's a good chance he could take that. It baffles me that Max is still leading this. I mean, finishing in 5th or 6th every race.
But when you win so many to begin the year, you've got a little bit of a cushion.
But it's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that's going to get figured out, and I can't wait to see this year's Drive to Survive.
It's going to be awesome.
There's going to be so much stuff that's going on. It's going to be. It sucks that I wish it was like Hard Knocks, where it was like
you got it live.
It's like a week.
That would be badass.
I mean, if they had it like that, oh man, that would be so.
Well,
fun.
then you got Lewis Hamilton, who's leaving Mercedes, taking Zane's spot, and he's going to be in his. Yeah, it's going to be wild.
Yeah, and Leclerc was 11 years old when Ferrari last had a championship to celebrate.
Damn.
And they could possibly, especially with that 1-2 finish in Austin.
The Yankees hit a home run. Or am I? No,
I think they just manufactured a run. There was some guys on base. So, yeah.
It's now 2-1.
2-1.
All right.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot that could happen if you're not tuned into F1. Tune in now, man. It's coming down to the wire.
It's
and
gonna be great.
It's not like last year where it was just a blowout by Red Bull. And it was like
who's going to get second?
Yeah, we're talking about 4th and 5th and 6th because that's about the only place anybody has any movement. But right now, 1 through 3 is up for grabs, and it's very possible in the next 4 races, McLaren or Ferrari could unseat Red Bull, and that is going to be huge going into next year with all the changes happening.
And Lewis is racing great too. He finished 4th, and you got George Russell at 5th. I mean, Mercedes is they're consistent.
Yeah, and exactly. Put Lewis Hamilton in a Ferrari where these guys are winning, and he's doing that, and a Mercedes is not keeping up with them. So, we'll see. I'm definitely interested to see how it goes. What is the next race?
I'm waiting for it to load. God damn, there's a lot going
on. I thought you already had it.
No,
I'm like, Chad's on
I'm
it.
switching
Chad's
from
on
the standings to the schedule.
Dude, don't lie.
And it's just taking a minute.
Don't lie, dude.
I'm not lying.
You're lying.
Look at my screen.
Right? The next race is the Sao Paulo GP in that would be Brazil at the Aerodromo José Carlos Pace. and that is November 3rd at 10 a.m. So that is this weekend, and it's going to start right before football, but I do believe, do we have a international game this week? I can't remember which.
No, I think it's one more week and then they play
so
Germany.
no football then.
Yep.
There's no reason not to tune in on ESPN at 10 a.m. So get your ass in gear, much like these guys are going to be in gear. We got stuff starting on Thursday. Usually you got the qualifying on Saturday. There's sprint races on Friday as well. So there's stuff going on all weekend. Tune in, check it out, and then let's see how this plays out, guys. November 1st, November 3rd, we've got the next GP happening. So tune in, tune out, grip it and rip it, do all those damn things. You know what I mean?
Let's hit it.
Let's hit it. Where should we go to next, Chad?
Let's do a quick recap of UFC 308.
UFC 308.
We didn't watch much of it.
We
But
didn't, but
we have access to the interwebs.
yeah. You know, unfortunately, there's so like on Monday night, how you gonna watch all that, dude? That's what I'm
the
saying.
2 games, it's so dumb.
One of my cousins was like, "Well, why would I watch their podcast when they're just like talking about other stuff?" And I'm like, "That's what sports radio is."
Are you talking about Manningcast and stuff?
Well, no, I just
Yeah.
like, why would I? He's like, they're basically just talking about stuff that's talked about on sports talk radio. I'm like, yeah, but those guys are just talking about shit that they read elsewhere. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
That's
that
just
doesn't even
what
make
sports
sense.
talk is.
Sports talk is just compiling information and then relaying it.
Yeah.
So that's what we do here. And unfortunately, like I said, we had a busy week and it was a weird time. Abu Dhabi. What are you gonna do?
But I mean, even though we didn't watch it live, like I caught all of it on Twitter. I made sure I saw the finishes of each.
I
one
read
of
up
them.
on it.
Yep.
I
watched
researched.
I saw the photo of Robert Whittaker's jaw that got broken.
Oh, I missed
that. Looked
that.
like someone took a bat to his front of his
Oh
teeth.
man, I need to see
Oh,
that.
you need to see it, man. And yeah, Hamzat choked him out, I think, in the first round within like real quick.
Well, it wouldn't be that hard to choke somebody out with a shattered jaw.
No, it wasn't. It was like he had choked him out like while doing it.
Oh, he broke his jaw?
Yeah, it was crazy, dude.
Whoa.
But yeah, Hamzat
Oh, whoa.
remains undefeated, beat Robert Whittaker. Yeah,
Dude, he crushed his jaw.
that's how strong he is, man. It's insane. But
Holy shit.
now, after Dreykus fights Sean Strickland, I think in January, February is what Strickland was saying, Hamzat has got to be the next guy to get the chance.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yep. I mean,
It's
he's
a
undefeated.
given.
He's ran through. I mean, just bulldozed everybody's been through.
dude, he pushed his teeth back into it. That's
It's nuts,
that's
man.
gnarly.
Because when he started
I didn't
choking
realize
him-
that was that bad. He
It-
chucked his chin.
Go back through and look at our profile. I retweeted the finish. He starts choking him, and he taps out as he's putting the arm on.
And then he couldn't do anything.
He's not even he's not even choking him. Like he barely gets his arm under his chin, and he taps out.
Oh, so
So
maybe
it
it's
was really
already
weird.
broken. I don't know. Who knows? That's
He
wild,
was
though.
landing some strikes beforehand, so I think it maybe happened then. But he definitely broke his jaw.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was
that's
nuts.
hardcore, man. Because your face is wired shut for like a couple months.
He's on a liquid diet for a while.
Sucking back
Yep.
the old milkshakes.
And then the old pirate, the one-eyed Shara Magomedov, insane double spinning back fist.
that was
Great
wild,
finish.
dude.
It was a tough fight for him too.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't looking that good, but he pinpointed that knockout so wild.
Yep.
And to be able to do that with one eye, let's not forget the fact the guy literally has vision in only one eye.
Only
pretty
one
much.
eye.
Spinning back fist, double. What?
That's like a Street Fighter move, like Zangief.
Yeah.
Broo, broo.
Ooh, nice
kind of
pull.
a-
Nice
yeah.
pull. Guile.
Yo, I remember
Guile.
those guys, man. I played a lot of Street Fighter.
Are you, what's his name? Is Zangief the? No, you're thinking the Russian guy.
Zangief was the Russian guy.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
thinking of what's the Indian guy.
Oh, Dali, I think was his name.
Dude, the fact that you even got the best thing, dude, just crouch down and
He's like long things, and he would float and meditate and stuff. Remember E Honda?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, it's great, man. Street Fighter's awesome.
Street Fighter is good.
Can't wait for them
Terrible
to remake
movie,
that
though.
movie. That's what I mean. They're gonna remake it.
Although
It's gonna
when
be
you
better.
realize that Dalsim, yeah,
That's what it was, Dalsim, yeah.
Juice.
Yeah. Remember Sagat from
Yeah,
Thailand?
Sagat.
He had the
he
Muay
was like
Thai.
the Muay Thai guy.
Yep.
That was good stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, they need to remake that movie.
Well, that movie's better though when you realize that Jean-Claude Van Damme was just on copious amounts of cocaine.
The whole time. They
Like,
couldn't
to me,
get him
now
out
that
of
I
his
know
trailer.
that, like, I'm like, dude, that movie, I can't believe they made that movie.
Yep. And that was the last
What an
movie.
acting.
I can't ever remember the guy's name
Oh.
who played Bison. Played Gomez Adams. Unfortunately, that was his last movie before he died. He had cancer. It's really sad.
Yeah, he was like dying
Yeah,
when they
he
made
still
it.
made Yep.
Raul Julia.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was basically dying. That was his final. That dude acted his ass off for a terrible Street Fighter movie.
I know,
That
it's
sucks.
so sad because Jean-Claude Van Damme was just...
I mean,
going
the
crazy.
whole movie was just in
Oh, the
shambles. I
writing
don't even
was
think if
crazy.
if Jean-Claude Van Damme wasn't doing
But that's what I'm saying,
an
dude.
8-ball an hour, I think it
We've
still would have
seen
sucked.
Resurrections before. Like, the new Mortal Kombat movie was badass. Like,
Yeah.
I think they'll do the same thing if the right production studio gets behind it, get
Maybe.
the right actors in there. Because I
Maybe.
think they're doing it. I can't remember who they've cast for it, but it should be in production. But let's move on in this card to the most... the one that just harkens me back to when I was a kid and I would watch something that really bummed me out. Watching my favorite fighter, Max Holloway, attempt to do the impossible by beating the undefeated Ilia Topuria. And then Ilia does the impossible by knocking out Max Holloway for the first time.
Rocked him. And it was surprising, too. Like, the first time he caught him in that third round, I was like, oh, he's out. And he battled for like another minute. And
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
did.
this is incredible.
And it was a really good fight.
And he kept like, it wasn't like he was like, just clinching and trying to, he was still getting rocked the whole time after he got rocked. And I'm just like,
He
dude,
took
this
some
guy's
damage, dude.
got a chin.
If you haven't, watch Ilia Topuria. Just get on YouTube and watch him hit bags. Like that's why I say there's no wasted movement.
Oh, that
Some people hit bags and then they kind of like bounce around. He hits them like he's a trained assassin.
Yeah,
and
that
that's
one
what he did to
hit-
Max's head, man.
I think that first one that rocked him, like just the sound of it was just like crack, and you're like, oh my god, it's not like you just hit him with a bat.
And then the finisher one just caught him, and you just see his neck crack back like that, man. And yeah, like I said, Max he's definitely, if not my favorite fighter, one
How
of my
about
favorite ones.
Topuria though? Topuria, sorry. Right when the bell rung, pointing into the middle of the ring. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
That's hardcore.
Yeah,
he was like, "Come
"Dude,
on,
let's
dude,
go
let's do
for
it right now."
He said,
"I'll knock you out right now."
I gotta hand it to him, man. He said he was gonna be the first to knock him out. A lot of people have tried. So many warriors. Volkanovski couldn't do it in 3 fights with Max, and that's why Topuria. I mean, who do you give Fighter of the Year to? Either Alex Pereira, who's defended it 3
gotta
times
give it to
in
Pereira.
amazing fashions, or there's Topuria, who beat 2 of the greatest featherweights to ever hold that title. Max Holloway, who had the long streak, and then Alexander Volkanovski, who was dominant.
It's just
so
that
tough.
that 3 fights in
That's what I
however
think.
many days.
It's more
it's
volume.
just insane.
Yeah, you got to give, and he saved cards.
And then he kept saying like, "I'll fight whenever."
Yep.
And like he didn't even care. Like
And now
mid training,
we know how injured Alex was for this last fight and the fight before that. Like he went into it, didn't tell anybody, didn't make any excuses. He was
Still
pretty injured for
yeah.
both of those, and still dominated.
Juice just said Sony announces the release date for the new Street Fighter movie, March 20th, 2026. Film is a collaboration between Legendary and Capcom. That
Dude.
shit might be good, man.
Thank you, Juice. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Juice the legend.
Well, he's like our young Jamie over here, young Juice.
Juice,
dude. That's
you
what I'm
wanna-
talking about.
You want to come
What are you doing on Tuesday nights?
Yeah,
man?
you want to come be our fucking producer, Juice? Seriously, man. I'll
that
teach you how to do this. I'm tired of it. I wouldn't mind just sitting here.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, that's a long
thank you,
wait,
Juice.
but 2026. That'd
Yeah,
be
we.
cool.
I'm gonna fly through NHL because we're gonna wind up on the MLB here as we're at the bottom of the third. 0 outs.
Soto's up to bat
Juan
now.
Soto.
What do you got for the penalty box? I know Connor McDavid got hurt.
Yeah. Let me hit the thing here. So we're somewhat on the old keeping it somewhat together. Here we go.
Juan Soto strikes out.
All right, it's time for the penalty box. So yeah, big news. Connor McDavid leaves the Oilers road trip after suffering an apparent LBI, the old lower body injury after crashing into the boards, did not look good. The fact that he left the team and went back home is also not good.
Yep.
We'll never know, although I do kind of feel like this might be an ACL or something like that, MCL.
Yeah, by how bad it was.
And no contact. I mean, that just always looks bad.
Yep.
So that could change the trajectory of, like, we're talking who's going to get MVP, basically.
Yeah.
That might set it up for Nathan McKinnon to go back-to-back. Possibly Cale Makar, who as of right now is off to a hell of a start with 16 points as a defenseman, leading all players with points. He's on pace to go well over 100 points in total. So that's pretty cool, although the Avs have got a little bit of an issue. They did win 2 games back-to-back. They did lose another one, so I think they're sitting at 2-5.
And they just lost to the
2-4
Blackhawks last night, who's a really bad team.
Yeah.
But,
they had to play their other goalie, though, and it's turning out that Eustace Annunen is the one they need to go with, not Georgiev.
Yep.
But in big news, though, the Winnipeg Jets, after soaring to an 8-0 start, they finally lost last night to the Maple Leafs, but they are looking like one of the more well-rounded teams. They've got a Vezina caliber goalie in net, and then they've also got 6 forwards who can score at will. They're just one of those scary teams that are very well-rounded and are not a team that you'd want to run into just because of their depth, especially in the playoffs. And teams like, the Avalanche and teams like that are going to have to come up against them. They're going to have a big test, especially in the Central Division there. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. The Winnipeg Jets, nobody thought were going to be where they are right now, and they are on a tear, but brought back down to earth last night. But nonetheless, let's check in on the standings real quick. I know we're 2 weeks in, but we're just going to hit the leaders right now. In the Eastern Conference, in the Atlantic, we have the Florida Panthers, 7 wins, 3 losses with a total of 15 points with 1 overtime loss. In the Metropolitan League, Conference Division, sorry, oh my God. The New Jersey Devils are 6 wins, 4 losses, 2 overtime losses for a total of 14 points. In the Central Division, which I just mentioned, there's a lot of really good teams in there, especially the Utah Hockey Club, who were off to a really good start up until 2 weeks ago. You got the Winnipeg Jets, 8 wins, 1 loss, 16 points, followed by the Dallas Stars. And then in the Pacific, you have the Golden Knights, who continue to stay at the top of their division, or their conference for that matter. 7 wins, 2 losses, 1 overtime loss for a total of 15 points. But that wraps it up for the penalty box, because I don't really have anything else.
All right. Well, I'll give you a little update on the Nuggies right now.
Tell me, Chad, are they winning it?
Last time I checked, it was 65-72, and as of right now, Giancarlo Stanton's up to bat right now.
I think he just got hit.
Yeah,
Yep.
Ooh,
right on the
finger.
fucking nut. Ooh.
Well, hopefully they don't need him to run, because he is the slowest guy out there.
If you were talking about, like, you can't be that athletic looking and run that bad.
Oh, it's sad, man. Like, the dude's built like a running back, but yeah, I was like, wow, man, he is really slow. Like, it's like he had a problem with his ankle or something.
He's got wide childbearing hips.
Yeah. 79-83 right now. The Nuggets are down by 4.
Well, at least they're coming back.
Yeah, they're coming back a little bit.
A little bit.
All right. Well, all of our baseball news is pretty much going on right now. The bases are loaded.
Let me hit this real quick.
Vaughn, a juvenile delinquent in the offseason in his major league debut.
Gonna light your ass up, meat.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried to
just a bit outside. So yeah, I mean, we are in it. We got a 3-0 lead by the Dodgers. Right now, 2-1 lead in this game. In the series, 3-0 lead. Bottom of the third.
And
oh, we got someone stealing.
Chisholm takes off. Chisholm. Man, that guy's fast. Yep. Now we got runners at
good old Jazz.
second
Great
and
name.
third. And, it's full count. Or, no, 2-2. But, I wouldn't doubt it if the Dodgers don't really try to win this game, because then they could take it back to LA, and then the parade's going to be wild.
We've seen this happen before in 7-game series where you're up 3-0. You're like, there's no way they're going to win 4 games in a row.
Yep.
So you're like, we'll give them one. We'll go back home. We'll win it in the comfort of our own city. And that's what we're looking at right now. With runners in scoring position, did they just say the Yankees were 5 for 25?
Yep. They have been batting god-awful.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep. Do you hear that?
Is that your phone by it?
No.
It's just in the headphones. It's nothing that we're hearing.
But, yeah, now the bases are loaded. He just walked Stanton, so we're going to pitchers change, but
I think it was my phone.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too mad if it was the Dodgers to take this series.
Well, yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier, though. It's a little bit of a bummer just with the amount of money being spent, just because it makes it seem like there's really only it's turned into like the college football before the playoffs.
Yeah.
Where it's just like the same 4 teams every single year, maybe with one outlier. We did have TCU the other year.
Well,
but
the difference is, like last year, we had the Rangers and Diamondbacks, 2 small market teams, so that was really great. But this year, these teams went out and spent a ton of money, billions of dollars. And you got Yamamoto on the Dodgers, and then, you got the Yankees that signed Garrett Cole to a big deal. They signed Juan Soto. Where's he going to go next year? They don't
the Dodgers. Is what a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's just wild to me that all the money they spent on their starting pitching, that's not what's winning them this series right now. It is their relievers and their bullpen. They are unhittable. And that's kind of what we were talking about going into this game. They might just, every couple outs just put in a new pitcher. Why not?
They had 6 different rotation guys last night. They used 6 different arms. It's crazy.
But you brought up Yamamoto, and obviously we know Ohtani, who, let's talk about this, dislocated his arm in game 2,
and still out there,
still playing. But the Ohtani effect is real, as Japan is watching this World Series more than we are.
Yeah, Samir actually sent me this thing where this show One Piece has been on in Japan for like 20 years.
Yeah,
they actually changed the.
That's the one
thing.
That. Oh man, I can see his face. He used to work with us.
Yeah, Ian.
So he loved it.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, it's a big deal there in Japan, and they changed the premiere, something they've never done before, for the World Series because of when it's going to be airing. All of Japan is behind them, for Yamamoto as well. It's amazing. That's the one reason I'm hoping that Japan wins as well, because Japan has really been coming up as like one of the best countries for baseball. They love
it used
their
to be
baseball.
like South America, Venezuela,
Dominican
places
Republic.
like that, Cuba, all those places. But now, we're seeing these guys come out of Japan that are just like freaks of nature, so to speak. I mean, Ohtani is the quintessential one, but as of right now, I think they're averaging 15.15 million viewers. That's gone.
Grand Slam.
Bye. Who was that?
Slam. They just showed his name a second ago. I wasn't sure. Anthony Volpe.
Wow, all right,
man.
Grand Slam. Just put them ahead.
Yep.
5-2 over the Los Angeles Dodgers. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 out. Grandy, dude.
That's huge.
Woo! All right,
going viral.
Enjoy this one, man, because you got to win 4 more.
There you guys go. There's the update on MLB. Should be a good one. It wouldn't doubt it if LA drops this one and wins back.
Wins back home,
LA.
yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
So, well, let's get into it, man. It's that time at the end of every episode. Episode 106 in the books right now, but it is time for the daily dose of excellence.
Let's hear the man, the myth, the legend.
Indeed.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man.
R.
No laying up, no holding back.
Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural
I
fact.
hit it long, man. Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, living large. I hit it hard.
That's That's right. And at the end of every episode, we like to grip it, rip it, and hit it hard, just like the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. John Daly. As we roll into the daily dose of excellence, which we like to, basically put someone on a pedestal who goes above and beyond, whether it be in sports, community, whatever it is.
That's right.
We like to pick somebody who deserves it and, kind of give them a little bit of the shine they need. So this one, I'm going to let Chad take because he's got the info right now.
Yes, I do. And, most times we don't really give pats on the back for billionaires or anything like that. But when they do stuff like this and they help out the average blue-collar worker, you got to give them a little hand because we wish this is what happened more often. The Tampa Bay Lightning owner, Jeff Vinik, is paying out approximately $20 million in bonuses to the organization's more than 300 employees after selling a majority of his equity in the NHL team in a deal valuing the club at $1.8 billion. Full-time Vinik Sports Group staff members were informed Thursday that they would each receive a gift of between $50,000 to $66,000 as a bonus.
You basically get like a year's salary.
Yeah, just as a
probably
bonus.
more than they were making.
I'm sure it'll probably be a luxury. You'll have a luxury tax on it, but I mean, they're still going to be getting roughly $28,000 up from it.
Yeah, and Vinik, who has owned the Lightning since 2010, sold his majority share of the Lightning. Dude, shit just started happening. Sorry. Sold the majority share of the franchise and his Vinik Sports Group to the pair of Wall Street investors in the sale announced last week. Vinik retains a minority share in the team and will stay on for the next 3 years to continue oversight. Control will then turn over to Ostrover and Lipschultz, although Vinik will remain as a minority partner, board member, and alternate governor. So he's basically like, hey, I'm gonna retain a lot of control, but I'm gonna sell the majority of the assets to somebody else and let them deal with that stuff. So that is pretty cool, man. I tried to Google this earlier when you brought it up, and I was like, I don't know. I thought it was this guy, and I was like, I don't know why Chad would pick this guy because I saw that he sold it, but I did not hear that.
Yeah, I thought it was
he
cool.
was doling out a bunch of bonuses to all the people who basically made him a ton of money. Because if you look, I think he paid like nothing. It's like a couple $100 million for the Lightning way back in like 2010.
It's pretty amazing to do that. You've got all these people that are security that might work at a concession stand or whatever it might be, staff members for the Lightning, and to do this for them, I mean that just changes their life. They could pay stuff off, maybe buy a new car. Or something.
Put a down
huge.
payment on a house, man. I mean, who knows? That is super cool, and you don't see stuff like that a lot. I mean, you see guys like Jerry Jones who are selling, basically, you can go buy. You can go pay for someone to take you around a tour of the practice facility while people are practicing. For like $70, and he's worth like $15 billion.
Yep.
And you just see this guy like trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip of all these fans, and then you see somebody like Jeff Vinik who realizes that he wouldn't be anybody without the people who put the popcorn in the popcorn boxes, distributed all the beers, sold the food, let people into the establishment, kept people safe in the establishment.
That's true.
It's just cool to see somebody realize that without the people there, they'd be nothing.
He was quoted in saying, "Together, we have built something truly special."
Yeah.
So,
case in point there. And
that's right.
I think that's a great point in the show because I think together, Chad, we have built something very special.
You're damn right we have, man.
Yeah.
This little place here, Zen, this
what are you, dojo?
bedroom. Yeah, well, I was gonna say it used to be.
Oh, you're breaking it down. This children's bedroom that we've now
we've converted into a podcast studio, and you have become a master, like figuring out all this production.
I wish I didn't have to. I wish it was easy and I didn't know any of it, but here we are. We're learning it, and we're full-fledged into it. And we greatly appreciate each and every one of you that tunes in each week.
Yes, we are.
Whether it be for a little bit or for the whole show, you are greatly appreciated, and we thank you greatly. And that's going to wrap us up for episode 106. Chad, you have a preview for next week?
I don't.
It's up in the air right now.
Yep, it is up in the air. We're going to figure it out, though.
We're going to figure it out.
That was a good time, man.
It was good.
We covered some good sports.
And while we figure it out, you guys make sure you have a good rest of the week. Enjoy Halloween. Stay safe out there. Don't get too scared. And if you do, go to church. I don't know why.
All
but
of the goblins and ghouls and ghosts come after you on All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve.
Evil dies tonight.
We'll see you next week for episode 107. Toodles.